I got the call on a Tuesday evening while reheating leftover Chinese takeout. The phone buzzed with a number I didn't recognize, but the area code was from my hometown, a place I hadn't thought about in years. Against my better judgment, I answered. "Hey, Eric," a voice said cheerfully. "It's Melissa. We're doing a family dinner this Friday at the old house. Everyone's coming. You should too." For a few seconds, I just stood there staring at the flickering kitchen light. Everyone? That didn't make sense. Half of everyone was dead. I hadn't spoken to Melissa in more than 10 years, not since Grandma's funeral. I wanted to ask what she meant, but before I could, she said, "It's important, Eric. Just come," and hung up. I told myself I wouldn't go, but by Friday afternoon, I was driving down the cracked highway toward the edge of town, the voice from that call still echoing in my head. Something about it didn't feel right. It was too calm, too even, like she was reading lines from a script she didn't believe in. The house sat where it always had, at the end of a dirt road that cut through bare trees. I expected to find it rotting away, vines strangling the porch, maybe boarded windows. But when I pulled up, my heart skipped a beat. It looked perfect. Fresh paint, trimmed lawn. The porch light glowed as if someone had been expecting me. I killed the engine and sat in silence. The air was heavy, the kind of stillness that presses against your ears until you realize the world around you has gone completely silent. No wind, no crickets, not even the hum of power lines. The front door opened before I could knock. "Eric!" Melissa's voice was bright and strange. She looked exactly the same as I remembered. Same hair, same freckles, same gold chain with Grandma's pendant. Her skin was cold when she hugged me, and her eyes looked glassy, almost wet. "I'm so glad you came," she said, leading me inside. The house smelled like roast beef, wine, and something else I couldn't place. Sweet, metallic, almost like rust. The walls, the furniture, even the old family photos were untouched by time. Nothing had aged. It was as if the house had been preserved in glass. Then I saw them, my parents, Aunt Lorraine, Uncle Robert, my cousin Ben, all of them sitting at the long oak table lit by candlelight, all of them smiling. My heart stopped. My mom and dad had been dead for 20 years. "Sit down, honey," my mom said in the same voice she used when I was a kid. "Dinner's getting cold." I couldn't speak. My legs moved on their own, carrying me to a chair at the table. The food looked perfect. Mashed potatoes, rolls, green beans, but the smell made me nauseous. It was too sweet, too heavy, like perfume sprayed on spoiled meat. The others were eating, but not talking. Fork, chew, swallow, smile, over and over. Their movements were synchronized, like puppets dancing to an unheard rhythm. "You're not eating," my dad said, setting his glass down. The red liquid inside it rippled like blood. "I'm not hungry," I managed to whisper. Melissa leaned in close. "Don't eat," she murmured. Her voice shook. "You're the last one." I turned toward her, confused. "What are you talking about?" She didn't answer. She just looked down at her plate, tears forming in her eyes. Mom smiled at me, the same loving smile she always had. "We're bound together, Eric. You can't leave the table, not this time." That was when I noticed it. None of them had shadows. The candles flickered, but behind each of them was only darkness. I pushed my chair back and stood up. "I'm leaving." Melissa grabbed my wrist. Her skin was ice cold. "No," she said. "You need to see something first." She led me down the narrow hallway toward the basement. Every step echoed like a heartbeat. The air grew colder as we descended, the smell of iron growing stronger. My breath came out in white clouds. At the center of the basement floor was a circle of salt. Inside the circle were 12 porcelain dolls, each with a photo pinned to its chest. My parents, my aunts, my uncles, my cousins, every single one of them, except one doll, the last, was blank. "What is this?" I whispered. Melissa's eyes were full of tears. It's the reason we can't die." She knelt beside the circle. "Grandma made a deal years ago, a protection ritual. Every generation, one of us has to return and complete the circle. The family stays safe, but if the circle breaks..." She looked at me, voice trembling. "We all suffer." "You're insane," I said, backing toward the stairs. "She chose you, Eric," Melissa said. "You were the last one born. The circle needs you." I turned and ran up the stairs. The floorboards groaned like something alive beneath me. When I reached the living room, my stomach dropped. The table was empty. The plates were covered in mold. The candles were melted stubs. The wallpaper was peeling off the walls. The air was colder now. My breath fogged in front of me. The house looked abandoned, like it hadn't been lived in for years. "Melissa," I called. No answer. From behind me came a soft creak, like a chair being pushed out from the table. Then another, and another. I didn't look back. I ran out the front door into the freezing night air and didn't stop until I reached my car. When I turned the key, the porch light went out. I drove for hours all the way back to the city. I didn't sleep that night, or the one after. By Monday, I had convinced myself it was a dream. Maybe I'd had some kind of breakdown, a hallucination triggered by nostalgia or guilt. That's what I told myself, until the package arrived. A small brown box sat on my doorstep. No return address. Inside was a porcelain doll. Its eyes were blue. My eyes. Pinned to its chest was a Polaroid photo of me, taken from outside my apartment window. Beneath it, in neat cursive handwriting, were the words, "You can run, Eric, but dinner's not over." I threw it away, but that night I woke up to the sound of clinking silverware, faint, somewhere in the dark. The air smelled like roast beef. A week later, another box came. This one had no doll, just a piece of paper. "You missed dinner," it read. I moved to another apartment, changed my number, started over. But every Friday night, I get the same voicemail from a blocked number. It's Melissa's voice, calm, hollow. "Dinner's ready, Eric. We're waiting." I never answer. But sometimes I listen. In the background, I can hear other voices. My parents, laughing, plates clinking, knives scraping against plates. It's been 6 months now. The calls haven't stopped. I've tried everything, new phone, new city, new name. But every time I think I've escaped, the smell comes back, that thick, sweet scent of roast beef and iron. And the dreams, God, the dreams. Every night I'm back at that table. My family sitting there smiling, candles flickering, eyes fixed on me. Grandma at the head of the table, hands folded neatly in her lap, whispering, "It's your turn." I always wake up shaking. Sometimes, when I wake, I think I can still hear the faint sound of silverware clinking somewhere close by. Tonight, it's worse. The smell is everywhere, heavy and suffocating. My phone just buzzed again, a voicemail, no number. I press play. It's Grandma's voice. "Come home, Eric, the table's set." My hands are trembling as I write this. The air feels thicker now. I can hear the floorboards creaking, slow, deliberate steps coming closer. The temperature has dropped, and I can see my breath in front of me. Someone just pulled a chair out behind me. If anyone finds this, don't come looking. Don't go near that house. Don't answer if they call. Because once they invite you to dinner, you can never leave the table. The smell is stronger now. I think they're already here, and I can hear her whispering again. "Dinner's ready."